Have you ever thought about what it would be like if your phone was so smart it just never needed the internet? That's the big promise of Edge AI, and yeah, it sounds incredible. But as we're about to find out, the reality is a whole lot more complex and honestly, way more interesting. I mean, just picture it. Your phone handling every single smart task all by itself. There'd be zero lag, your privacy would be absolute, and it would work perfectly all the time, no matter what. That's the dream, right? A piece of tech that's truly, completely yours and independent. But here's the big question, isn't it? Is that even possible? A device that is 100% free from the cloud? Well, when you start to dig into how Edge AI actually works, you find out the answer isn't just a simple goodbye cloud. Okay, so the first thing we gotta understand is that this whole dream of a totally independent device, well, it hits a pretty massive wall. You see, the cloud isn't just some optional extra anymore. For the kind of AI we have today, it's absolutely essential. This right here breaks down the two halves of AI perfectly. Your phone, or your edge device, is amazing at inference. That means it uses an AI model that's already been trained to make a super fast decision, like recognizing your face to unlock. But the cloud, it handles the training. That's the brutal, power-hungry process of actually creating that model in the first place by chewing through mountains of data. So here's a simple way to think about it. Your phone can recognize a cat in a photo, but it was the cloud that spent months learning what a cat even is. And you know, this dependency, it becomes absolutely crucial now that we have generative AI. These foundational models that power everything are just enormous, way too big for your device to handle. Plus, they can't just be frozen in time. The world is always changing, so these models need a constant diet of updates from the cloud to stay useful. Without that constant lifeline, your super smart device would get pretty dumb really fast. But let's say, just for a second, that a device could train itself. Even then, the actual hardware in your hand throws up three huge roadblocks that make full independence basically impossible, at least for now. First up, and this is a big one, power. Just imagine running a dozen powerful AI models on your phone 24/7. I mean, your battery, it'd be dead in minutes, and the processor would get so hot it'd need a massive cooling fan, which, isn't exactly great for something you keep in your pocket. And the scale we're talking about here is it's wild. Get this, training just one of these top-tier AI models can burn through the same amount of electricity as several houses use in a whole year. There's just no battery on Earth that can handle that. The physics of it just doesn't work out. Okay, roadblock number 2, memory. The best AI models are gigantic. They need gigabytes and gigabytes of RAM just to run. So if you tried to cram the models for your camera, your voice assistant, and your keyboard all onto one device, you'd fill up all its memory in a heartbeat, and a price tag would be insane. And finally, we've got security. Yeah, Edge AI is great for privacy, but a device that's completely offline is also a sitting duck. Without that secure connection to the cloud for regular updates and patches, a hacker could actually get in and tamper with the AI model on your device, making it totally unreliable, or worse, even dangerous. Okay, so if total 100% independence is off the table, what's the real goal here? Well, the industry isn't actually trying to kill the cloud. No way. They're aiming for something much smarter, a seamless partnership that creates this incredible thing called perceived autonomy. This idea of perceived autonomy, it's all about how it feels to you, the user. The goal is to make your device feel totally instant, intelligent, and self-sufficient. So all the critical, time-sensitive stuff, like your camera instantly focusing or your self-driving car braking, that all happens right there on the device. Meanwhile, all the heavy lifting, the training, and the big updates happens quietly in the background thanks to the cloud. And there are a couple of really amazing breakthroughs that are making this a reality. First, we're seeing these new super efficient AI models, sometimes called tiny titans. They're basically shrinking massive AI power into a small package that can run complex generative stuff right on your phone. And second, we've got something called neuromorphic computing. These are computer chips literally inspired by the human brain. They process information in a much smarter way, which lets them handle AI tasks using a tiny, tiny fraction of the power. It's a real game changer. So where's all this headed? What does the future look like? It's all pointing to a super efficient system built on a hybrid AI model. One that takes the absolute best of both worlds, the immediate power of the edge and the infinite brain of the cloud. So here's how that partnership works.
The edge, your device, handles everything that has to be instant and private. Think health monitoring, photo editing, voice commands. At the very same time, the cloud is the workhorse in the background, doing the massive model training and sending out system updates. And what connects them? 5G. It's the ultra-fast, invisible link that makes the whole thing feel completely seamless to you.
And that right there is the winning formula. You take the real-time speed of the edge, add the constant updates and learning from the cloud, and connect it all with the lightning speed of 5G. What do you get? That perfect feeling of autonomy. So what's the big takeaway here? Edge AI isn't the cloud's enemy. It's not trying to replace it. Instead, you can think of it like this. Edge AI is building a smart, protective shield around you, the user. A shield that guarantees that the things that matter most to you are always fast, always private, and always reliable. So think about it the next time you use your phone, when it instantly suggests the perfect reply to a text. Is that the powerful little chip in your hand doing the work? Or is it a massive server farm hundreds of miles away? The magic of where we're headed is that the answer is both.